Set up this baby monitor soon with the app and everything, but first you need to insert the SD card. So you need to get two SD cards, one for each unit, so the display and then the camera itself, they're not supplied. So I've got 32 gigs. Before you power them on, you need to insert the SD card. I'm going to do that now, so then we've got one in each before we power it on, and then we can set up the app and everything, and we can go from there. So that was the display, and now I'm setting up or inserting the SD card into the camera itself. So that's there. Let's make sure that's in. So the SD cards are in, and then I've got the power cables which I have plugged in. So there's one each. There's the power button, so that's there, and you can see there's an up sign over here, which that black disc in the unboxing is for mounting on a wall, and that also says up, so you can place them both on the up side, so then when you mount it on the wall it will be facing like that. So you can see it's got power, it's starting to move around now, so it's doing its thing. The little red lights on, it's flashing, and then I'm going to turn on the monitor as well, and then I'm going to download the app. Let's plug that in so it starts charging, because this has got a battery, so you can use this elsewhere. Over here is app installation. So what I'm going to do now is install the app, and then we can go from there and start setting everything up. That's the make, so you install, and this is the Baby 6T model. Let's open that up. You can scroll across, it says BOIFUN security camera, and now you have to create an account. I'll do that and then we'll continue. Okay, so I've created an account. You can see the review dad's home. Important notice permissions are limited, so we can fix that. So we can see, and it says notifications, allow running apps in the background. So you can say allow, and that's open, so we can go back. So that's sorted. And then we can add a device, which would then add this camera. So if we click on add, we say allow, in order to obtain, yes, we'll say while using the app. And so we can see, and there's the baby monitor, and this baby monitor is the 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi. So this one, it's better to connect to 2.4 because it's more stable. This one doesn't support 5 gigahertz, so that one is the model that we are working off here. So we click next, and at the back it says reset the device, hold it down for 4 to 5 seconds and wait for the red light to flash. So we'll do that. So we'll push that down. So there's the little noise that it makes. So now we just got to wait for the little red light to start flashing. Okay, so well, not flashing, but it's on. So we'll go next. So that's there. So now we've got to connect to a network. So again, like I say, 2.4 gigahertz. So I will do that and then we'll carry on. So now it's asking for the QR code that the phone will now display. And then I just need to make the camera view that. And then we can connect. So I'll just turn that towards it. There we go. Let's see. Tone will be heard, so we did that, so it did hear the tone, and now it will start initializing and connecting up to the camera and pairing it and everything else like that. So we'll just let that run and then we can continue once that's all connected. Right, so that's connected. That was fairly quick, so I paused the video and basically had to unpause it. That's how quick it was. So add is successful. There's the device. It's given it a funny little name over there with a number, so you can rename that. We can go next. So this is it here, we can rename it, and we can go and call it Baby. I'll just call it Baby. Choose the family, so that's the home that it's in, and then we've got here the product shall prevail in kind. Okay, so you need to mount it in certain locations where you can view what you want to view. Click next. Put the camera and phone at a place of the installation, press to do the diagnostics. So basically this signal here will then show, because obviously I'm next to the router and the camera is picking me up. So that's me over there, that's my shirt, there's my hands, so that's working well for now. We don't want to save it on there. This is now the dashboard, and that's it there. So if I click on play, that should go to the live view of it. So this is cloud storage. You can have cloud storage if you want, but we've got the SD cards inserted, so that's there. This is the settings, that's the SD and HD, and we can swipe left and right. So let's experience now. Blue status light is affecting your baby's sleep. You can turn it off through the settings. So that little blue light over there, you can turn that off for this. So you can click OK, and then you go through all these settings, which I will take you through now, which also does motion tracking and everything. Let's work our way through the app so we can see how all this works. So we've got your Baby, which is the name of the camera, 100% Wi-Fi, time zone is that. Receive alerts, yes, we want to receive them. Alarm management, so motion detection we can say on, and once you switch that on it can show low, medium or high. Humanoid detection, yes, we want to track humans, so that's what we're going to be looking at. Well, I don't have it baby, but I'll be looking at our dogs, so we'll do that. Recording time 1 minute, alarm interval 1 minute, alarm area. So now this is where you can create zones for the motion to take place. So if your baby is in this area here and you want to monitor that area, that is how you do it. And you can click area 1, save. We can go back there and you'll see that's the area for the trigger for the camera to alert you with that. So we can click on another one. You can have another zone over here if you want. So if someone comes through the door as an example, let's monitor that, and then you can click save, and that will save that zone as well. So fairly easy. The app is quite easy to use, going through that. Then image settings, so you can also have settings for the images. Night vision, we leave that on automatic. Then we can go to device sharing, so if someone else has an account on this app you can share it. So if say the other parent is not at home or traveling, you can still see the camera. Installation guide is what we went through. Location management is where we are. Temperature unit settings, we want Celsius or Fahrenheit, so I will go with Celsius. Then we can do time settings, we can do a 24-hour clock or 12-hour. Video encryption, if you want to enable that, you can do that there. You've got night light settings, so this is the light now which will glow from the night light. So we can say switch the light, so that comes on at the bottom there. So you've got a little night light for the baby, so it's nice. You can change whatever color you want, so that's pretty cool. You can say the light is always on. You can have a marquee light, or you can have a breathing light, so it's more of like a pulse, and it will slowly change color. As you can see, it's going blue, white, so you can go green, and then it should go green, white, and it should start changing to that. There we go. So that's really cool. I like that as a night light. So that's on, we'll leave that on. Then you've got motion tracking, so we'll put that on. You've got this correction, so it takes probably 30 seconds to continue. So this one, what we'll do is we'll scan the room because it does move, so this camera can rotate and move and everything, so we'll do that now. Privacy protection, so you can have lens off and privacy schedule. So if you don't want to be monitored, say you're breastfeeding or something like that, and you don't want to have the camera filming, you can put that on and say, okay, well, I'm in there between 9 and 10 in the morning or whatever that might be, or you're changing the baby and you don't want the camera to see anything, you can do that. So that's really cool setting. Recording management, so all day recording, it can record the whole time. This does use the SD cards quite a lot to record that, or it just records events. So that's what we've got there. There's our SD card. Let's format that so whatever's on there will be wiped and it's clean for this camera to start doing its thing. So that's running over there. See, so now I'm moving and the camera is actually following my hand a little bit over there. So that's pretty cool. I do like that. So formatting's done. Cloud storage we've done. This one here is for running with other apps. You can connect it to other apps as well. Contact us and click for new version. So this is the firmware update, so you can check for that. And that's setting up the app. Going back to the camera's live view, this is what we're seeing. So there's my hands. You can see the power cables over here. This is charging. We've changed it to degrees Celsius. You can see the humidity. We've got a screenshot. We can do intercom. We can talk. We've got the sound. We can record a video. So if I press that, it starts recording with this little red over here. So that's taking place. Temperature and humidity. So we can switch that on. And then we can see the lowest temperature, and you start having alarms here. So what will happen is if the temperature drops below a certain temperature, you can get an alarm. If it goes over a certain temperature, you can do that. Same for humidity, which is quite nice. So the baby won't overheat or get cold. Got our motion detection, which we went through earlier, and then you swipe across to another screen. We've got this here where you can maneuver the camera so you can see the view of me, and then we go back, we can go up, see my lovely face, my beard, we can go down. So that's cool, I like that. So that's there. Then we can go back and you've got music. So this is cool. I want to see how that works. So if I press music, so we've got all these little songs here. So if I click play, that's pretty cool. So that's playing off the camera now, so you can then play these songs to the baby, and you can also put a timer so you can play for 10 minutes, 30 minutes or 60 minutes. So you can have these songs playing for that time. So that's a nice little addition there. I think that's really cool. Then you've got your light switch again. So this is what we spoke about earlier over here. You've got your lens. So this one is, so that's switching on and off the lens. So there, if you don't want someone to view what's going on, and then you've got your album to view any pictures that were taken. So there's the view of the camera. You can go full screen as well, so we can see how clear that is. So that's pretty clear. It's got all your menu options at the bottom here again that we just went through, and then we can go back out to the smaller screen over there. So that's overall the app working there. So what I want to do now is the connection to the screen itself, so then you can have that monitor. So if you don't have the phone app, you can then also use this as well. So that's a nice thing to have as well. So let's see how that all works. Here we have the display that comes with the baby monitor, the 6T model, baby 6T. So let's have a look and see. So they say you should extend the aerial. Okay, so I held it down and the monitors come on, and we can hear my voice on there. So it's picking me up from this and the voice is coming through. So there we've got the camera, we've got the time and the date, which is picked up. So that I need to fix the time. We've got the temperature and the time over there again, and then you've got the humidity, we've got your speaker, and then the signal over there. So this is what it's viewing currently, and this is the menu options here. So if I push the arrow right, it should move the camera there. So it's doing that, then we're going there, then we go up, then we go down. Then if I press the microphone, hello, hello, and now that's coming through, and then I'll switch it off because that's going to make a noise. We can press menu, and then we've got your volume over here, so that's cool. We can go over to the brightness, you can increase the brightness, so that's nice, so nice and bright. Then we can take a picture, press OK, successfully saved. Then we can go across to the video, I can press that, now it's recording, so it's recording from this device, from the camera, not like on the phone. So then we can stop that, we can go across once it's finished saving. Let's go across here, we can click play, and then it will show what we've done with regards to what we filmed. Let's go back, then we go to the music, we can play that. So there's the music that we were speaking about earlier, so you can do that from here. There's also white noise, which is quite cool. So that's playing, you can repeat it once on infinite loop as well, so that's cool. And then you can also increase the volume on the camera itself, so that's very cool. I do like that. So that's now playing, so let's go switch that off. Very easy to use with the little keypad here, so I like that. Light, so we can go for the light, we can say off, and if we go off, so there, so we've switched off the light. As you can see over here, the light's gone off. So let me turn it on its side, and you can see we'll put it back on. There we go, so that's back on. Very easy, intuitive usage. Go across, so this is settings. So there's camera, feeding reminder, that's cool, so you can be remembered for that. Temperature and humidity to check. Smart care, so if we go into this notification type, so this is the notifications, basically noise detection, cry detection. So that I want to test. I don't have a baby, but we can maybe use the phone to see what noise cries it can pick up. Then we've got your SD card, so we can go in there, we can see that. Let's format that. So that should now wipe the videos that we just recorded. So that's the card that is currently in this device, not the one that's in the camera. So remember, we've got two. Then the camera light, so we've got the status light, which is the little blue one on the front here. So we can see if we turn that off, so you can see the blue light there, the LED. Then what I'll do is I'll put it back on, so there, go on. So now it's back on, and then the night light is the one we just worked through as well. Date and time, so this is where we can change that. We can change the time and everything. Sleep mode, so audio on, off, always off. So that's cool. So very cool. Wallpaper, oh, we can have a wallpaper. You can take a picture of the baby and put that up. Language, factory reset, device information. Over here you can look for the monitor as well as the camera's device, and if there's any firmware updates you can do those. And then we've got the warranty and safety protection. So overall very cool. There's also a zoom button, so what I'll do is I want to zoom in on, so let's do that, and then let's see if it does. Oh wow, that's quick. So one press, 4 times zoom, and then another press. So we can see here the zoom that comes in, so there's 2 times and 4 times, and it's still pretty clear. If you look over there, that's about 40 centimeters away from the camera. No, about 50 centimeters from the camera, so it's actually quite good. So that's zooming out, and that's everything from here. So what I'm going to do is set it up, and then we'll use the screen and the phone as well, and we'll see how all of this works from other rooms and things like that. In this part of the video, I wanted to show what the handheld monitor does when the camera is triggered, and in the middle of that you can see a little red sort of alarm light, and that shows that there's motion or noise that's being picked up. And then I wanted to show you how the camera actually moves and tracks me, which is very sensitive, and it's actually very responsive, and you can see on the monitor on the right how well it picks up the movement as well. So that's very good. It's very responsive. Before I put it into place, where I want to show you what it looks like with some tests I'm going to do. And then also the next scene is the recording from the camera itself, and you can hear some of the audio that comes through. Got a screenshot, we can do intercom, we can talk, we've got the sound, we can record it. Press that, that starts recording with this little. And over here we have the motion alert, so we can see how the dog or baby was picked up in this scene over here, and the camera was then triggered and sent an alert to the phone. And these are what the alerts look like on the left on the phone, and when you view them in the app they look like that on the right, and you can play them. This is the night vision, so you can see what it looks like in black and white, and then when there's more light it triggers the color, so that automatically switches, and it works really well. The next scene is an image of the screenshot, so you can see how clear the image quality is, which is very good. And then after that, I've got a crying baby sound to see how that triggers the camera, and you'll see what happens after that, which is quite interesting. So we can see that Charlie came to visit to see what that noise was in the room, and then the camera picked him up and started tracking him, which is really good. And then he realized this camera was moving, and he got quite inquisitive and started looking at it. And you can see in the top right on the monitor, it's still showing an alert for movement now instead of a baby crying. Then the other dog, Cooper, started barking, and off he ran. So it works really well. The triggering sound and motion tracking and everything works very well for a baby monitor. I wish I had this when we had babies, and that the technology is really good. You can see here with more motion tracking, and I test the microphone and start talking to Charlie. You'll see he starts looking at the camera quite weird and moving his head. So the microphone works as well very nicely. And overall the camera is very responsive. The triggers are really quick. The mobile viewing device is also very good at picking up the alert straight away, and you've got really good control via the app and through that mobile viewing device. So everything works really well, and I'm actually going to be using this as an internal camera to monitor the dogs because it is very responsive compared to some of the cameras that we use. And overall, I just want to say thank you to BOIFUN for sending me this, and it's a great product. Thank you. Cheers.